As the Super Eagles of Nigeria prepare for their 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, the selection of goalkeepers is paramount. You get time to scrutinize and discuss. But note that these are my preferences and the reasons why I reckon they are the best fits for Nigerian goalkeeping departments. We are in the democratic dispensation. Differences and divergence are always welcome. So you can also drop your decent comments in the comment box as to who you think is the best goalkeeper for Nigeria ahead of their World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Let's all build this channel together by subscribing to the channel, clicking on the post notification bell for more updates, liking this video, and sharing to other social media platforms. My name is Solomon Kwadwo Asante, your only nomenclature with the engineer's philosophy in sports, the only Ghanaian who has declared his support for the Super Eagles of Nigeria ahead of their 2025 AFCON tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, let's plunge into the intricacies of the video. And note that this listicle is a blend of seasoned professionals and evolving talents who offer worlds of options to secure the Super Eagles of Nigeria's defense. But before I proceed with the list, let me clarify these tentative details for you to know how the matches will be played. First and foremost, the Super Eagles of Nigeria is tentatively scheduled to play the Amavubi of Rwanda on the 21st of next month, which is March 2025, at Amahoro Stadium in Kigali. The time is yet to be confirmed, even though there is no official communique. But when the official communique is released, I will just address you as it is. And the second match will be played on the 26th of March 2025 at the Goalkeepers Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. So that is it for that. And the reason why Nigeria has to come out and fight for whatever they think it is and qualifying for the 2026 World Cup is, let's all look at the table on our screens. So let me just briefly elaborate for you to know how it is so that you can also pray to support the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So the first team on the table is Rwanda. Played 4 matches, won twice, drawn once, and lost once. Second team, South Africa. 4 matches played, 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Third team is Benin. 4 matches played, 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. The fourth team in the group is Lesotho. 4 matches played, 1 win, 2 draws, and 1 loss. With Nigeria fifth in the group, 4 matches played, Nigeria is yet to win a game with 3 draws and 1 loss. Zimbabwe sits on the table. So looking at this, the goals for Nigeria and the goals for other countries, as in South Africa and the others. Looking at this, Nigeria is having -1 with 3 points. So the point as it stands now in the group is 7-7-7, 5-3-2 in the group as it stands now. Nigeria is having 3 points, so it's quite difficult. They have to do everything. They have to defy all the odds to win the next 2 matches against Zimbabwe and Rwanda for them to get that chance or them to feel very optimistic in qualifying for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. So that is it for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now let's look at the list as I already mentioned. The first player on my list, or the first goalkeeper on my list, is Stanley Nwabali. As it stands now, he will always be my first choice goalkeeper, not about his recent or previous performances, just because of his commendable dedication to the national team. Despite personal tragedies, he was able to miss only 1 game for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, which he has showcased that commendable dedication to the national team. Therefore, he is my first choice goalkeeper on the list that I am mentioning. Looking at his statistics this season, we all know that he plays his club football for Chippa United in South Africa. He's 28 years of age. His 2024-2025 season statistics: 14 league matches for Chippa United with 4 clean sheets. His national team contribution so far, he has played 50 matches for the Super Eagles of Nigeria with 5 clean sheets. And his notable achievement was when he was named the man of the match in the 2023 African Cup of Nations semi-final game against South Africa after saving 2 penalties in the shootouts. So that is it for Stanley Nwabali. Looking at his call-up probability or percentage, it's 90% because he has been very consistent and with consistent performances, not just about consistent in call-ups, but consistent performances for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And the chances or the probability of he gaining a call-up against Rwanda and Zimbabwe in Nigeria's next two World Cup qualifiers is at 90% or 9 out of 10 or 0.9/1. So that is it for Stanley Nwabali. The second goalkeeper on my list is Francis Uzoho or Uzoho. I think the pronunciation might not align with that of the Nigerians, so just pardon me for that. But the theme of my speech and my presentation is what we have to factor. So the club that Francis Uzoho plays for is AC Omonia in Cyprus. He's 26 years of age, and his 2024 season statistics is as follows. Appearances, 20 league matches. Clean sheets, 8. National team contributions, as it stands now, 25 matches for the Super Eagles of Nigeria with 10 clean sheets. And his call-up probability is at 75%. So when you look at the probability or percentage, you get to know as to when and how he'll be called into the national team. So looking at 75%, meaning the chances of he called by the coach, Sekou Cheli Eric, is quite high. And his own experience and current form in the position as a goalkeeper for the Super Eagles of Nigeria is a reliable option for this qualifiers. The third goalkeeper on my list is Adebayo Adeleye, who plays his club football for Hapoel Jerusalem in Israel. His age of 24, and looking at his season statistics so far at the 2024-2025 season, he has played 18 league matches for Hapoel Jerusalem with 5 clean sheets. His national team contributions, he has played 2 matches for the Super Eagles of Nigeria with 1 clean sheet. His call-up probability is at 60%. And Adebayo Adeleye's recent performance have been promising, making him a viable contender for the Super Eagles of Nigeria against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. So that is it for that. The next goalkeeper on my list is Chijioke Aniagboso. And I know the pronunciation is quite ambiguous. Chijioke Aniagboso, who plays his club football for Heartland FC in Nigeria. I can't just talk about all the European goalkeepers without mentioning the local-based goalkeeper, who is a top-notch as at this moment and also performing for his club side, Heartland FC in Nigeria. He's 22 years of age. His current successes, as in 2024-2025 season successes, he has played 15 league matches with 6 clean sheets. His national team contributions, as in he has made 1 appearance with 1 clean sheet. His call-up probability is at 50%. And as I've spoken about him, he's a home-based talent. And we can see that Chijioke coming in offers local league experience and potential to be able to be called into the national team by Eric Sekou Cheli, who is the newly appointed head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The next goalkeeper, who is the last goalkeeper on my list, is Maduka Okoye. He plays his club football for Udinese in Italy. His age is 25 years. Let's look at his 2024-2025 season statistics with Udinese in Italy. His appearances so far in the league is 12 with 3 clean sheets. Let's look at his notable achievements that I think he might be a good fit for coach Eric Cheli in these upcoming matches against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. He led Udinese with 30 saves inside the box. That is what Maduka Okoye did for his club side, Udinese, and it's a notable achievement. When you look at this, 30 balls inside the box is quite okay so for you to be considered into the Nigerian goalkeeping department. Let's look at his national team contributions. So far, 16 matches for the Super Eagles of Nigeria with 5 clean sheets, and his call-up probability is at 40%. Looking at his recent related club issues, that has affected him very well, but potentially impacting his selection. Now, let me go over the list for you to know the names that I mentioned with their percentage or probability in terms of call-up. The first person who stands tall among them is Stanley Nwabali, having 90% call-up probability. The second person is Francis Uzoho, whose call-up probability is at 75%. The third person is Adebayo Adeleye, who plays for Hapoel Jerusalem with call-up probability of 60%. The next one is Chijioke Aniagboso, who also plays his club football for Heartland FC in Nigeria with call up probability of 50%. And the last person on my list is Maduka Okoye, who plays his club football for Idnis in the Serie A with a call-up probability of 40%. So that is it. You can also drop your decent comments in the comment box. So these are the top contenders poised to lead Nigeria to victory in terms of the goalkeeping department. They will safeguard Nigeria's goalkeeping nets so that they get victories against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Let me just clarify this one for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to be very careful in terms of the next matches that they'll be playing. Only the first place team will automatically or directly qualify for the FIFA World Cup in Canada, United States of America, and Mexico. And the second point is that the second best placed teams may qualify for CAF's playoff in order to get a chance to qualify for intercontinental playoffs. So even when you are second, it doesn't guarantee you that automatically you've qualified for CAF's playoff. The second best placed second teams will qualify for this CAF playoffs before you get a chance for the intercontinental playoffs. And that is it. So just looking at the sinusoidal or the zigzag path that you have to take when you are the second place team in your group before you get to the 2026 World Cup, you could see how difficult it will be for you and your country. And that is it. I will end here with my presentation. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Until we meet again in the next updates. It's bye for now.